Live from all over this beautiful land, this is the Testosterone Zone with the fine men, Noel, Keith, and Steve. Take it, boys!
Welcome to episode 37 of the Testosterone Zone. This is Keith here with Steve and Noel.
Howdy.
How's it going?
This is I feel like I'm doing my radio impersonation, and now it is 9 o'clock past the hour, and
that's not even weather and sports.
And weather and sports. What is it? Back to you, Fart. I mean, what?
Bart.
Glad to have you all dudes on. Sounds like it's getting cooler up there, Steve. Noel,
yes, sir.
Down south, we still moist and hot.
Yeah, moist and hot. It's been raining.
Another
freaking rain.
Is it so hot there?
It's just a rainforest, man. It rains more than, I don't know, some place where it rains. Seattle.
Rainforest.
Yeah, rainforest.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I hear, it sounds like, basically Central Texas south is starting to like wash away into the Gulf.
It is. I saw it's gonna be the lake of DFW before long between here and Dallas.
Yeah, did I send you all that comic about Carnival Cruise Line's going to have ports at Dallas and Austin now?
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty
funny. That's true, man.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I'm sure they can do some river cruises now with all that water in the hill country.
Yeah.
Right. I know it. Well, I was flying back from Phoenix, and of course, why not? The more normal place is going, instead of Phoenix to West Texas, go Phoenix, Houston, back to West Texas on the airplane. So that's what we did. And man, it was wet. Everything was just soaked everywhere you could see. It was just, man, time. It's like you always say, pray for rain, but now it's like, pray for maybe a pause. Yeah, really. Pause would be good. So,
dry weather, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's craziness, but that's all right. Nothing wrong with that. So, Steve, how did things go this week with our football?
Well, I can tell you that as a group, the 29 of us that are doing this did a heck of a lot better in week 8 than we did in week 7. And, we had 5 people go 5-0 last week. So Daryl, who was a former guest, my brother John, Josh, who was a former guest, Ryan, Dr. Butler, and Garcia. So, great to see those go 5-0. My buddy Mike still leads at 31 wins, but Dr. Butler is starting to catch up to him a little bit. So, it was a better week overall for everybody. As we look at how the three of us did, we really have nothing to brag about. Keith and I were 3-2 for the week, and Noel, you were 2-3. So that Michigan State pick sort of hurt you.
Well, I went out on a limb and I paid for it. So
yeah. Looking at our backup teams, they were undefeated this weekend. Alabama beat Tennessee 58-21. Nice job.
Oh yeah, I think they punted
twice. Yeah.
It was
Clemson put it on NC State 41-7, which is a ranked team.
Yeah, they really did.
That's good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah. And then Georgia had an open week, so I count that as a win. So currently rankings, Alabama's number 1, Clemson's number 2, and Georgia moved up 1 spot to number 7. So
very cool.
We'll see if they get back into it.
We should mention that Texas Tech also beat the tar out of Kansas too. So with their freshman phenom back at the helm, so that's great to see that he's back and healthy again, and he looked pretty good. So.
Yeah,
that was
pretty
good.
Awesome.
Yeah,
two fun weeks in a row for Tech, so that's good.
Yeah, so take it.
Yeah,
all day.
Could almost get used to that.
Yeah,
if you're cautiously.
Yeah, no.
I'm starting to enjoy it. Which means,
yeah,
right.
Yep.
Yeah, just get ready. It's coming.
Exactly. Brace yourselves.
Yeah. Our poor Astros lost.
Yeah.
Sorry to inject some baseball in there, but that's man, that's bad. Just bad.
That was frustrating.
We slumped at the wrong stinking time. I mean, they had weekends. Like I was talking to somebody about it today, and I was like, I remember a series when the Rangers, who are very bad, not as bad as the Orioles bad, but bad, they came to Houston in our own stadium, and they swept us in a 4-game series. So it just goes to show you that, not all the better team doesn't always win. We just slumped at the wrong time. That being said, hats off to the Red Sox. They're a good team. They got hits when they need.
Absolutely.
And they played really well. but it hurt.
They're gonna be hard to beat.
Yeah, I think they're going to beat the Dodgers. Although I'd personally like to see the Dodgers win, but anyway, yeah, I think the Red Sox are going to be tough, man. They're really good, well-rounded team. So
Yeah.
Very
cool.
I just
very cool.
I wish that series would have been a little bit more exciting.
No kidding.
It was just kind of like the air deflated after game 2. It was really weird.
Yeah.
It was really weird. So. Oh, well, that's okay. Hey, heck of a year. Who'd have thought 5 years ago that the Astros would be that close to getting another World Series appearance,
So still hear that Altuve was playing with a broken kneecap.
Yeah.
I heard that. Yeah.
Dude was playing half of the year with a broken kneecap, and they said that
that's a man that loves
his
that
knee
sport.
was swollen up the size of a grapefruit. And after every game, he had to sit with ice on it for a long time to get the swelling down so he could run on it again. But that dude he's got a lot of heart and played through a lot of pain.
Yeah, he really does.
And Correa's back was real bad. Lance McCullers was injured. I mean, he just had up and down the line, had a lot of people that were not 100%. So, but anyway, 2019, maybe next year. So,
Yep. There's always
right.
next year.
Always next year. No problem with that.
So
y'all ready to hear about the Week 9 games?
Yes. Week 9. Here we go.
Alrighty. So we're back to the original plan. We're games from all 5 of the Power 5 conferences. Game 1 is going to be out of the ACC. Number 22 NC State at Syracuse.
Okay.
Big 10 will be number 18 Iowa at number 17 Penn State. Out of the Big 12 will be number 6 Texas at Oklahoma State.
Ooh.
Out of the Pac-12 be number 14 Washington State at number 24 Stanford. And out of the SEC will be number 9 Florida against number 7 Georgia. They're playing at a neutral site in Jacksonville. So a lot of ranked teams facing off against each other, a lot of ranked teams playing on the road as well. So I think this is going to be a much tougher week for us pick-wise. So let's do this. Keith, we'll start with you on the ACC game, number 22 NC State at Syracuse. Who do you have?
I'll tell you, there's a couple of things. So Syracuse, they're playing there. And really, if you look at the matchup, so Syracuse played Clemson, almost beat them. 27-23 they lost. NC State got destroyed last week by Clemson. Yep. So with that, I'm going to just go with gut instinct and go Syracuse.
All right, very good. No, who do you have?
I am going to not intentionally pick different from y'all. Well, of course, Keith's the only one that's picked, but I'm going to go with NC State. Okay. I think they're going to bounce back after their humiliating defeat against Clemson, and they've got something to prove. So I think they're going to do their best to prove it against Syracuse. So why the heck not?
Okay, dope. Keith, I feel what you're throwing down there, and you pretty much match my thought process. I'm also going to take Syracuse on this one.
Syracuse is
go orange.
ESPN has at 51% Syracuse, 49% NC State. So
it's a close matchup. That can go either way.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, coming off of a tough loss and having to play on the road, really, that's a big deal
tricky
to fill there. So
yeah.
All right, Noel. Out of the Big 10, number 18 Iowa at number 17 Penn State. Who do you have?
Penn State's ranked 17, Iowa State's ranked 18, so they're pretty close. I mean, didn't get any closer than that, I guess. Where are they playing? Are they playing in Penn State in Happy Valley?
Yep, at Penn State.
I'm going to go with Penn State. I sometimes just like the home team, so I'm going to go with them.
Yeah, I'll go 2 for 2 on home teams. I think Penn State is very hard to beat at home, and so I'll take them. And Keith, do you have?
All 3 of us. Me too.
Awesome. So I'm going to lead off with the Big 12 matchup. Number 6 Texas at Oklahoma State, and I guess my initial thoughts were I know Texas is a lot better this year. I'm just not sure they're the number 6 team in the nation right now. And they've won some very close games. A lot of those close games they played at home, and this time they're actually going up to Stillwater to play at Oklahoma State. So I just think that while Oklahoma State's also down a little bit this year, I think Oklahoma State's going to save their season by beating Texas. So I got Oklahoma State.
Wow. I would love to see that.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
bold, man. They're 4-3 and Texas is 6-1.
Yep. Yeah. They still got a heck of an offense.
They do.
Keith, who do you have?
Whew.
Are you going to pick the Shorthorns?
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick Texas. It's because every time I've not picked them, they've won. So maybe if I pick them, they'll lose. Either way, that way if I win, I'm happy. If I lose, I'm happy. So.
And that right there is a perfect example of how a Texas Tech fan's brain works right there.
That's right. Absolutely.
Well, that is so true, man.
No, who do you have here?
I really love both of y'all's logics. I'm struggling here with who to pick, because if you pick Texas and you win, you get your pick right, but Texas wins. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with OK State.
Okay.
There you go.
Awesome.
go. So maybe just because
I mean, is Texas number 6 good? I mean, do they deserve that ranking?
No.
No,
I do not think so.
No.
I do not think so.
No.
They are much improved this year. They are a top 25 team. They're not a top 10 team.
Well, I think it's when they've
not based on who they've played.
Yeah, I think it's when they've been boosted up just because everybody above them's been knocked off. I mean, think about how many top 10 teams have losses in the last couple of weeks, and they're just moving up because everybody else ahead of them is dying off. So they're not a number 6 team.
Yeah. I think that the next 2 weekends will tell me if they're a top 10 team or not.
Yeah.
I really think so. But,
I agree.
So.
All right, Keith.
Good times.
The Pac-12 game, number 14 Washington State at number 24 Stanford. Who do you have there?
I'll tell you what, Washington State looked good, didn't they?
Yeah.
So I'm going Wazoo.
Okay.
I like it.
Awesome. No, who do you have?
I'm gonna go with Washington State myself. I like it. I think they're the underdog, but I just love that coach there. So I'd love to see them up, beat up on the Cardinal in the tree.
Well, I'll tell you my thoughts on Washington State. Is I love Leach, but I feel like I was watching a Tech game last night there for a while because they almost gave that game away. And it was bringing back flashbacks of Leach era Tech games, and I just think that Washington State playing on the road is, especially at Stanford, I just think that's too tough for them. So I'm going to take Stanford.
All right. Yeah. Hey, we're just mixing it all up. We're mixing it all up this week, boys. Gee whiz.
Yeah, we are.
I like
this is either going to be 5-0 or 0-5, one of the two. So. All right, final game out of the SEC, number 9 Florida against my backup team, number 7 Georgia, and once again that's a neutral site in Jacksonville. So Noel, we'll start with you. Who do you have there?
I'm gonna go with Georgia. I can't pick against your team, Steve. I think they're gonna do it.
Yeah. So. Thank you. I think I'm also going to take Georgia, of course, and I just don't see them losing another game the rest of the season. I think they're probably still pissed off about losing against LSU. So I think we'll see for sure exactly how they react against Florida. Keith, who do you have?
Same thing. They had a bye week, so they're healed, prepared. So I don't think Florida stands a chance.
Yeah. So anyway, that is the week 9 games. Once again, thanks everybody that's listening in, that's playing along. It's been a lot of fun, and some of y'all are really good at these picks, and some of y'all probably shouldn't participate last year at this rate. So, anyway, That's all I got.
Hey, Josh, did he do? It sounds like he did some of his calculations and got 5-0 this week.
Yeah, data
From when
science,
we
right?
talked.
Nice.
So his little data science thing seems to be working for him again.
Yeah.
So way to go.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's a good thing.
he should start using that earlier.
Yeah, right. It's really working for him now.
Very cool.
We're gonna get an email on that one.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Oh man. All right, good stuff, man. Good picks. This is gonna be a good week.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's turn the page and talk about things when we're not watching the TV. We're married and stuff. So how are things, updates with each other's married stuff? What's going on in the newlywed world, Steve? How's everything going?
This is whenever I'm thankful that my wife doesn't listen to our podcast anymore. But
Right.
no, I mean, things are really good. We're happy, all that good stuff. I got a question though. Do your wives like to buy candles?
Mine doesn't because she gets migraines, so she can't even light them.
Okay.
So we're lucky.
Oh, wow. My wife went through a candle phase there, but it was more when her friends were selling them, and they had those house parties and stuff where they go over and they each buy their stuff and everything. And she got hooked into a candle gang there for a while and shook them. So we don't have as many candles anymore, thankfully, but it was a phase.
Well, I tell you what, I've known my wife for 2.5 years now, and this candle phase has existed for at least 2.5 years, and it's not just candles. We also have these plug-in things that she buys at Bath and Body Works, and then she came home the other day with some pine cones that had like cinnamon scent on them, and they're like in this little basket.
Oh my!
And so when I walk in, I smell fall leaves, cinnamon pine cones. I don't know what else I smell, but I don't know how to describe it. But I mean,
you sound like you live in a Hallmark store or something, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure Hallmark has anything on us between all the pillows, the blankets, and the things that emit smells. And it's.
Well, we were just talking about your dinner tonight, so maybe that had something to do with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, right now for that reason, I'm glad we have them. But
yeah, no kidding. Oh my.
Yeah.
For what we're talking about, please tune into the end of the episode.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Exactly. But guys, how are things with the old ladies?
Oh, we're good. We have 2 teenagers, and so we're just busy all the time. It feels like we're just running 90 to nothing. So we had, let's see, Tuesday. Well, we've had band practices. Like last Saturday was an all day band contest, and to kind of give you some idea, we were there from about 12:30 in the afternoon to about 10:30 that night, watching bands.
That's a long day.
It's a long day, and after about the 45th band, they pretty much all start sounding a lot alike, and it was a lot, very long day. And then this week was homecoming week, and we had clothes that needed to be bought and flowers, and we had a parade and a pep rally and a dance and a football game. Oh, and it rained at the football game and the parade and everything else. So it was
wow.
And then yesterday we had region band, and we had we've got a band contest on Tuesday and another band contest on Saturday, and it's a pageant thing that we've got going. It's just like it never ends. So October for us is really historically like at the end of September, I'll see you in November, that kind of thing. So it's been tough to just find some time where we can just not be, running, chasing kids around town and stuff. So anyway, we take walks. That's sort of our thing.
Yeah, there you go.
That's good.
I know our listeners probably recall that the 3 of us were all in band at one point of our lives. And I don't recall the demands of being a band student like we were being anything like what the current kids have to go through.
Yeah.
And I'll leave this anonymous, but I mean, I saw on Facebook that one person has to get their kid to school at 4 a.m. on Saturday so they can do a 4:30 a.m. rehearsal and then travel to wherever the contest is.
Sheesh.
And I can't imagine ever trying to do a rehearsal at 4:30 in the morning.
No kidding.
Much less
I can't imagine
at 4:30.
How could the community even allow that? I think that there'd be upraisings. I don't think that's cool.
Yeah, not at all.
That's ridiculous, man.
Definitely overboard there.
Yeah. But everything seems.
Yeah, but everything's.
No,
ahead,
everything seems to be over the top these days. Like if you think about when we were growing up, I mean, where I played Little League baseball, and we had a game on like Saturday, and then I think we had a game one night during the week. I think it was on like a Wednesday or something. Then we had practice on Monday and practice on Thursday or something like that. I mean, it was pretty basic. I mean, it was like an hour or two or something, and not that big a deal. But here, I mean, you think about all the kids and stuff that are on these leagues and stuff that are traveling all over the freaking nation, and then like their families are having to get flights and hotels, and they're spending thousands of dollars and stuff. It's like, dude, just chill out. It's crazy. So
yeah,
it's a different world we live in than what we grew up in.
It is, and I'm not sure it's better.
I agree,
I'm really
man.
not sure it's better.
I agree.
It's here's the funny thing. This is my opinion. Okay. Like you're talking about with these travel balls. Okay. Travel ball games. Sorry, no travel balls. Hey, good time. It's almost gotten to where, I mean, back when I was in baseball, we did Little League, and all the Little League teams were pretty decent. I mean, you always had the kid picking daisies and stuff, right? But it's almost like now with these select teams and these travel teams, it's basically like we don't even have a Little League program anymore because everybody's playing in that now. So it's kind of like all the players that decide that they want to play, now you have to pay these outrageous costs and go to these outrageous travel things. But essentially, it's the same teams that we had 20 years ago that didn't have to travel so much because everybody played at home. And it's kind of like now every time a parent gets mad, well, screw it, we're going to start a select team and here we go, and it just seems like a select team pops up every other day because some dad got mad and here we go, and it's a shame because, there was a time where select was truly, this is the elite of the elite, but now it's kind of like anybody that's going to play baseball is going to do select now. So
everybody with enough money is going to start a select team. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you have enough money and you have the commitment to take that kind of time, you're going to be on it. So, this is not saying anything about the coaches and stuff. They were good folks, but they were good coaches. They have a lot of commitment and stuff like that. But what I'm just trying to say is it's the same thing that we went through, but we didn't have to travel. It's the same kind of teams. It's just it's diluted the local players. So now they have to spend the money.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's a shame. So
I think so too.
It's crazy. And now to get noticed, they were trying to do these showcases to where now you got to pay more to go to these showcases. And then there's a certain showcase that's better than the other showcase. And it's just like, it never ends. It never ends. It's like one of these days, high school is going to turn into college trying to recruit for pros. It's getting ridiculous. Yep. So that's what it is, but that's all right. So. But but I feel, like my wife and I were talking, we're like, we need to go on a date.
Yeah, right.
So we decided we're gonna we're gonna go for my wife's birthday down to Green Hall and do some dancing down there. We've been wanting to do this since we talked to you about that, Steve, when you all did this. Yeah. And so we're gonna go down there, probably go hit the grist mill and go to Green Hall and do some dancing.
Very cool.
So it's just, we've got to get out and just decompress a little bit and do our thing together.
That's so important. You're right. It's so important to do that, man. It really is.
Well, you almost, you look up each other, you're like, oh yeah, it's you.
Yeah, right.
There's so much going on. I mean, like you say, you've got with band commitments all day long, and we've got gymnastics here. We've got, my wife teaches, so lesson plans are out the wazoo for her, poor thing. Then, my mom's got some health issues, so I'm committed to helping her as much as I can. And then my son with ball and, it's just, and then, it's constantly something. So, you just got to find the time to be married.
Yeah.
You got to make it.
Yeah.
You got to be making it. So,
Well,
and I've been a hot mess here the last couple of days. So God bless my wife for just slapping me upside the head and say, "Suck it up, Buttercup." So it's a good thing. So, thank goodness for wives, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll tell you what. How did your kids get to the homecoming dances and stuff, Noel?
what do you mean?
Did they rent a limo, or how did they do it?
No, her. I hate calling him her boyfriend, but her friend that's a boy came and picked her up in his truck. I'm not there yet, man. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, no, I've got you.
He's a nice kid. I can't find anything wrong with him yet, but I'm working on it.
You're really trying.
I am. I'm really trying. So he likes the Longhorns. So that's one strike against him. But he's a smart kid. He's anyway. I don't want to say too many nice things about him, but he's all right. Anyway, he came and picked her up, and her school has the all their dances and stuff are at the high school in the cafeteria. Okay. So it's not one of those over the top things, which I love about our school district. They don't spend money on frivolous things and stuff. So I love that about them. So, but
it's crazy for our homecoming. We just spent $300 on a limousine. Discovered the fee doesn't even include a driver.
What the heck?
I can't believe I've spent all that money and I have nothing to chauffeur it.
Wow, man. God. You turd.
I knew you took that hook, line, and sinker, Noel.
I totally bought that. I wasn't ready to. I was going to tell y'all. I was driving to work the other day, or actually during lunch the other day. I went up to the mall and I saw the Apple store getting robbed.
Oh no!
Yeah, you know what that makes me? You know what that makes me?
What?
An eyewitness. Oh. Snap. Better than last week.
That was much better than last week.
Yeah.
All right.
I was at work the other day and this customer came in. He was like, "Hey, where are you from? Do you have an accent? You know, are you from Russia or, are you from this country?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, moved here from Texas. I think it's part of this country." But I told him, I said, "Look, if pronouncing my B's as V's make me sound Russian, then Soviet."
Oh. I gotta admit, these were better than last week.
Yeah, totally.
last week we set the bar so low.
Oh yeah,
I know. There was no matter what, it was going to be better this week. That's good.
Yeah, it was real bad.
Okay, so we're speaking of cars and driving and stuff. So did I sent you? I want to get on one more topic. So the circle finger game.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you reminded me. I sent you that picture of that car that had the circle finger on it, right? Did I send you that?
Yes.
Okay. So y'all, we know the circle finger game and what this is, right? So it's basically, the history of it is you do like an okay sign, you put it down by your leg, and if somebody sees it, you get to punch them. If they poke a hole in it, you get to punch them back, whatever, right? Breaks the seal, whatever. So have y'all heard now that this is going to be like some sort of weird signal for white power and all this stuff?
I have not.
What's the deal?
I don't know.
Why do they have to run everything with this political crap? I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
I know. It was during the Kavanaugh hearings. There was some lady that was sitting behind him, and she did that. Like she did that signal or whatever. That's what I'm talking about. She did that signal, and everybody went nuts. Like, oh, she's signaling white power and blah blah blah. And she's like, no, I was telling somebody that everything was okay. Because that's what it means. Stop reading too much into it. Like everything has got to be political. It's so sickening. I'm so tired of it.
It's a shame. I mean, you can't have anything fun. You know what I mean? No. And it's like I remember even my mom several years ago, it was like her favorite thing. And this is a perfect example. My mom would call things that she didn't know the name of them hoochie, right? Can you get me that hoochie? And that was like this is like 25, 30, 40 years ago. Right. And now, that's another name for something else. Right.
Mhm.
And so, my mom's like, now I can't even say that anymore. Cause I get like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, that's terrible that and it's the same thing. It's like, we're around playing this game, and I saw this thing on Facebook about somebody showing that. And it was like, I guess it was a bunch of people. I don't know if it was policemen or something, but they had their circle finger, and it was a joke,
Mhm.
but I mean, it went into a political tailspin on Facebook about it. And I'm just like, you can't do, I mean, this is like something that I'm teaching my kids, and we're having fun games about doing it. My
Sure.
friends' kids are in on it. I mean, we have a whole web page that half the time that's all we post,
Yeah, right.
on Facebook, and, and it's all in complete fun. And it's like, I couldn't imagine that somebody could possibly spin that to think that we're possibly doing something besides being freaking idiot dudes.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And I had to bring that up because it just tore me up to think, why of all the fun things in the world do people have to find the one thing and like take it and make it into a political statement that was once a very innocent, fun, stupid thing,
Yep.
So, anyway,
it's
rant over.
It's so bizarre because we get one chance at life, and to live it in a way where it's negative and you're constantly at turmoil or fighting for a cause or just fighting against a cause, whatever it is, to me, it's just, just a horrible way to live life. And certainly, not the memories that I want to have. And, especially as, my days on this earth come and go, I just can't imagine being upset about everything. It just seems unnecessary.
Yeah.
And there are some people I think they thrive on being upset about something.
You're right. I think some people try to find a way to be to be offended about stuff, or you know what I mean?
No doubt about it.
It's ridiculous. And this a good reminder, two good reminders. It's why we are not political on this podcast, because there's plenty of that in the world, and we don't do that stuff here. And then
no reason for it.
Yeah. And the second reminder, I guess, it's that time of year. It's time to vote. So I guess this is a good reminder for everybody to go out and vote. So I'm not going to tell you how to vote or who to vote for or who not to vote for. Just go out and participate. It's your right as an American citizen.
Absolutely.
If you're in America.
Go do the right thing.
But go ahead and exercise that right that you have to vote. And, if you don't, then you can't complain.
Totally.
About the
really can't.
So
really can't. Oh yeah, it's pretty crazy. But anyway, I wasn't trying to get political with that. it just frustrated me going, golly, why can't fun things stay fun?
Yeah.
That's all I was trying to do.
Exactly.
So it's great.
Exactly.
It's a shame, but it is what it is.
Yep.
But anyway,
well,
it looks like we've got a good week of college picks. So thanks again, Steve, for putting those together and sending out the spreadsheets. I know you work a lot on those. You've done great, man.
You bet. I enjoy it.
You do great on it, man.
You really do.
I hope you all have a good week. Anything exciting? What's the one thing you're looking forward this week to, Noel? Besides Friday. That's mine.
You beat me to it.
Steal mine.
Thursday night football. There's my daughter's high school has a Thursday night football game, so I kind of like the Thursday night football games for some strange reason, but kind of gets the weekend kicked off right. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah,
Steve, what about you?
This week's gonna be got some big things coming up professionally for me that I'm looking forward to. Hopefully finishing up that process and creating some opportunities for me. So, a lot of that happens tomorrow and Tuesday. So, we'll see how all that goes, and hopefully I'll have good news next time we all talk.
High fives and finger crossed all over here, man. So,
thanks.
Go get them. Go get them.
What about you, Keith?
Yeah. I just, it's really bad when you ask a question, you don't really have an answer for it.
That's all right. You can edit this out.
Yeah, that's right. Good call. And I might just do that.
Later that
I'm just, I think I've let life control me so much the last couple of months. I'm looking forward this week to try to take control of the reins again. That's my goal. And so,
Yeah.
instead of letting life and business control me, I think I'm going to try to take control of the reins and try to get a grasp on living again and being a family man, a husband, and a good, solid worker. And that's just my goal, is just take the reins and go.
Good.
So that's what I hope to accomplish this week. So
Good.
should be good dudes.
Very smart.
Yeah, man. So
Looking forward.
well, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Same here, man.
And I'll let somebody, since I said hey, I'll let somebody else say farewell.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us for episode 37. Hope everybody has a good week, and you guys all take care, and we'll talk to you next time.
Later, dudes.
Later, everybody.
Until next year, baseball.
Yeah,
Sorry, I had to go there.
Yeah, that stinks.
Right.
I hate
Oh,
it.
it's so sad. So sad.
Hey, thanks again for listening to the Testosterone Zone. We sure had a blast visiting with you. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe, leave us some feedback, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
All Testosterone podcast episodes are written and produced by Noel, Keith, and Steve unless otherwise noted.
The opinions expressed in the Testosterone podcast are our own and not those of our employers, families, parents, kids, dogs, cats, your mom, or any other entity Noel, Keith, or Steve are affiliated with now, in the past, or in the future, or ever.
As we speak.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Cabbage and
Cabbage and
ground beef.
she's trying to make you kill her with methane poisoning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something's got to be going on there.
Man, it's
Wow.
pretty good stuff. I mean, I'll admit it, but you don't eat that stuff, you rent it. And
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.